Hey guys, LevelCap here, and welcome to an episode of This Week in Gaming. Today we're taking a look at the reveal of Halo Infinite and some of its backlash, new Warzone Season 5 teasers, a $1,500 Herman Miller gaming chair, and much more. The reaction to Microsoft's Halo Infinite gameplay reveal has been a little bit mixed, with many people saying the upcoming game's graphics don't look very next-gen. Issues with the demo's character models, vehicle models, lighting, pop-in, and more have been nitpicked to death across social media. It's not uncommon for game demos to get torn to shreds by social media, especially when they're caught showing a version of the game that doesn't represent the final product. Historically, this has made it so that previews of games actually end up looking better than the release product of the game. But in Infinite's case, the reverse might actually be true. According to interviews with developers at 343, the gameplay demo was from an early build of the game running on a PC dev kit comparable to the Xbox Series X in terms of raw performance. The devs also noted the circumstances the game is being developed under. Microsoft and 343 sent the bulk of their workforce home a few months ago, and they still haven't returned to their offices. Other issues including the presentation itself. The official reveal stream was done at 1080p, a relatively low resolution by next-gen standards. The demo itself was uploaded after the presentation in 4K, and it looks much cleaner. But there are still some other outlying issues like overall flat lighting, missing shadows, low poly models, and more that stood out. As some users on Reddit have pointed out, Halo 5's beta was lit and textured very differently from its final release version. So it is very possible that Infinite will look better at release. Judging by some of the cutscenes which were running in-engine, it's clear that 343 know how to make a good-looking Halo game. But of course, that final cutscene with the Brute leader left a lot to be desired. For any other AAA game release, the graphics quality is probably totally fine, but when it comes to Halo, people are expecting this franchise to push the graphical envelope pretty much every time. The one thing that stood out to me about the reveal was the gameplay. Everything looked smooth and precise. The traversal and world design looked like they were designed with each other in mind, rather than trying to ham-fist them together. Overall, Infinite might not seem like a groundbreaking next-gen title in terms of visuals, but that doesn't mean it won't be a solid entry into the Halo franchise. I'm still very much excited to play it on release. Warzone Season 5 teasers flooded YouTube and Twitch this week, with select Call of Duty partners getting sent marketing materials by the developers. Some of these teasers included cinematics showing a train and a massive nuclear blast. Warzone's map has been basically unchanged since the Battle Royale launched earlier this year. The teasers show August 5th as the likely date of Season 5's launch. There have been many rumors buzzing about how Activision will integrate Warzone with the next Call of Duty title. It looks like that title will be a Black Ops game set during the Cold War. Much of the Easter eggs and leaks regarding Warzone have been focused on nukes and Cold War callbacks. So it's clear that they're using the Battle Royale as a massive teaser, given the Season 5 marketing and in-game Easter eggs. Now, exactly what Warzone and COD 2020 will be integrating is still up in the air. All we know for now is Activision intends to keep adding new content to Warzone indefinitely. Hopefully, all the teasing and speculation will amount to some meaningful changes for the Battle Royale. While it's gotten a ton of new weapons, contracts, and balance changes, Warzone has been pretty static otherwise. It'd be great to see some large-scale map changes. Considering the teaser video of the nuke exploding looks like it's from the stadium's interior, we might be in for a significant overhaul to the map's downtown area. PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds Season 8 patch has finally arrived. It overhauls Sanhok with new visuals, locations, and a roaming loot truck players can destroy to get better gear. In terms of changes to gameplay, the big headline item is improved footstep audio. The quality of the sounds played over distance has also been improved, and the difference in sound between barefoot and players wearing shoes has also been decreased. Audio is one of PUBG's most controversial aspects. Since the game initially launched as an early access title, its overall sound design and mixing has been regularly debated. Many players resort to using third-party audio tools like compressors to make the gunshots less deafening and footsteps less silent. Hopefully, these footstep audio improvements are followed by a more significant rework of the game's sound design. Technical reviews of CRYSIS Remastered on the Nintendo Switch paint a pretty favorable picture. And issues with the frame rate during intense gameplay aside, it looks like a remarkably competent port, especially on a device like the Switch. It maintains a pretty consistent 720p render resolution, even while in portable mode. Compared to the much lower resolution seen in the Doom 2016 and Witcher 3 Switch ports, it looks like a night and day difference. Now, as for what the CRYSIS remaster actually remasters, it looks like the foundation for it was based on the PlayStation 3, Xbox 360 era port of CRYSIS to console. Many technical aspects of that port carry over to the remasters, while many others were fixed, improved, or removed. The result is a version of CRYSIS with much better lighting, although there are some sacrifices to features like volumetric light shafts. What remains to be seen is how the remaster shapes up on PC and more powerful consoles from Sony and Microsoft. The leaked reveal trailer disappointed fans expecting something resembling, say, CRYSIS 3 visually. However, given the presentation we've seen on the Switch, we could still be in for a solid remaster of a once cutting-edge game. STALKER 2 had a surprise reveal with a new trailer showcasing the open-world post-apocalyptic RPG. It's been in development hell for years following the 2009 Call of Pripyat. STALKER 2 was announced all the way back in 2010, but it's been back and forth between cancelled and uncancelled multiple times. The new trailer shows various locations and even has a big callback to the first game's starting area. So far, there's no firm release date aside from it being announced coming out in 2021. Early reviews of Star Wars Squadrons have been pretty positive. The upcoming Star Wars themed space combat game got a big reveal during EA Play Live back in June. It was presented as a blend of space sim gameplay and arcade action. So far, reviews are falling in line with that description. It has all the hallmarks of a traditional space sim like system management, in-depth flight controls, and complex strategies. But despite the high levels of complexity, it's still an accessible and approachable game. Many reviews liken it to the old school X-Wing game by LucasArts from 1993. Squadrons is due out on October 2nd. The tactical World War I FPS game TANNEBERG has finally made it to consoles. It was originally released on Steam as an early access title back in 2017. It left early access in 2019 and it has been getting regular content updates since then. The game is now available on both PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. Hi-Rez Studios have entered the tactical shooter arena with a new game called Rogue Company. It's a 4v4 third-person shooter that borrows the inventory and economy mechanics of CSGO and blends them with a simplified version of Gears of War gameplay. And while it's obvious that there's an intent to make the game feel competitive, Rogue Company is a more casual experience than, say, Valorant. Valorant feels like it was made in a competitive test tube, whereas Rogue Company just happens to have some competitive aspects that complement its more arcadey gameplay. The game is currently in a closed beta phase. You can pay $15 for basic access, watch select Twitch streams to get a drop, or just wait for the game to go free to play once the closed beta ends. Logitech and premium office chair company Herman Miller teamed up to produce a high-end gaming chair. Unfortunately, it seems the high price point and lack of meaningful changes to one of the existing designs has caused a bit of backlash. At $1,500, the price puts the Logitech G Embody well out of reach of most gamers. For that kind of money, you could buy a premium custom PC. And that's not to say the chair isn't worth the price, especially if you have disposable income. A well-made and designed office chair can dramatically improve your posture, prevent chronic pain issues from sitting for extended periods of time, and outlast more affordable chairs by several years. Still, $1,500 for a gaming chair does seem a bit extreme. In our final story this week, the US Army has suspended their activities on Twitch following a wave of backlash for them using the platform to recruit viewers in deceptive ways. Links to giveaways in the Army's stream chat often led people to recruitment forums, fueling suspicions that the Army was just actively deceiving their viewers. In response to the situation, US Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez presented legislation that would prevent the military from recruiting through video video games and online gaming platforms like Twitch. It's hard to say if this bill will get any traction in Congress, but the US Army has been using video games as recruitment tools for many years. And that wraps it up for today's episode of This Week in Gaming. As always, thanks for watching, guys. Let me know what you thought was the most interesting story in the comments down below, or if there's a story you think we missed, and I'll see you next time. This is LevelCap signing off.